What's going on, guys? It's Yasuke Fitness back again with another episode of Gym Check In. Today's episode is going to be about free will. So, there's a lot that I want to talk about in this episode, things that I've been thinking about lately, the way our world is now, society, etc., how people react to things, etc. But before I go in, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Drop a comment, let me know what you guys think about the video, and see if there's anything else. Oh, announcements. Other announcements right now. So it's official. I am doing my second bodybuilding show this year, June 3rd, here in Las Vegas. So, um, yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a new challenge. I think that I'm going to rediscover myself again through this process. This process was, the last process was it was challenging. I had some crazy challenges. Oh man, it was crazy, man. But sometimes you don't even believe that you actually went through it but you actually did. So, uh, yeah. So, my nose is like getting, oh, my nose is getting all clogged up. Anyways, yeah, so my second bodybuilding show will be on June 3rd this year. So I definitely believe that I am building a better package naturally, best I can naturally, of course. Uh, I've been telling everybody that I'm not going to stay in the sport of bodybuilding. Uh, I'm a very competitive person. When I want to be competitive, I like to be like very very competitive. And in bodybuilding, you're not competitive if you don't take steroids or PEDs or whatever you want to call it, tren testosterone, NR, SARM. I don't know. There's all kinds of shit that people take, but I'm not gonna take any of that stuff. I believe that my body is a temple, right? So I believe doing things like that to my body somehow is just going to affect my mind in some way, shape, or form. I'm not going to be the same kind of person, etc. After doing things like that. So, just not going to do it. So, but I am going to do this next bodybuilding show. Let's see how it goes. I know the competition out here in Vegas is a lot different than it is in Florida. I know Florida has really good competition too, but at the show that I went to, we had some great competitors. I got first in my class, and I didn't win the overall though. Shout out to Usain Gaines. He won the overall in the NPC Southern USA. He did really, really, really good, and competition. We both did good on the stage, but you know what I mean. I think out here in Vegas there might be just a little bit more. Who knows? But you never know who's gonna step on stage, right? God, my nose is so messed up today. You never know who's gonna step on stage. You never know who's gonna ready. You never know who's gonna drop out, quit. People get sick. Things happen. It's bodybuilding. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. I'm posting a lot about it. A lot of posing videos, a lot of workout videos, etc. What I'm doing, what I'm eating, all that jazz. So please stay on the lookout for that. Subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more updates. And without further ado, we're gonna go into the video. So we're actually gonna do a reaction video before I go into the topic. Today's topic is free will, right? And I'm gonna link it all into just being able to go out into this world and do the things that you want and be happy about it and benefit from it, right? I was talking to a lot of people about this week, and I think this is a very interesting topic. Okay, so let's go ahead and share my screen. Sorry, man. I'm just like freaking sick, yo. Really sick right now. I know it doesn't sound well. My voice doesn't sound well, but bear with me. 6 minutes, right? So Daniel Dennett, what is free will? I haven't seen the video before. I want to know what he has to say about it. And I'm going to talk about his video, and I'm going to talk about my opinions on it. Let's go.
Dan, if I were to believe in materialism, physicalism, that everything in my mind is my brain, that everything is determined in a physical world, how then can I have free will?
I think this is the hidden agenda for all of the consciousness work, and particularly the controversy around it. People want to know about free will. They want to protect free will. And so they
Notice that they're in a church right now, so that's very interesting that they chose a church to do this. I don't know any of these gentlemen. It looks like the guy in the white beard is obviously possibly a Christian. They have the Holy Bible here, so that is very important, right? So gotta pay attention.
should. It's very important. Uh, but what they also have to realize is that
Ooh,
free will is just as
my mic
hard.
wasn't even close to me, y'all. My bad, yo. My mic wasn't even close to me. I was probably super low. The intro of this video. Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry about that. If you guys watching this replay, uh, my bad, dog. And let's continue the video.
If the world is undetermined, it's just as hard to see how you could have free will that mattered, because you want to determine what you do. It's really interesting that we use this word determined. And mainly, it's a term of praise. We say, she's so determined. And so we should. We want to determine our
Yeah,
actions,
yeah.
but we don't want us to be determined in the determining of our actions. Now, I think that people have been looking in the wrong place for 2,000 years or more on this. They've been looking at physics, determinism, indeterminism, physics. They should have been looking at biology, because the key to free will is understanding that free will is a biological level phenomenon. It's not a physical level phenomenon. We are freer than our parts. Our parts don't have free will, but we do. Now, how could that possibly be?
Without adding something extra
Without
in.
adding anything mysterious. So we have to make free will compatible with determinism.
Right.
But we're not going to say that our actions aren't determined, but we're going to show that they're not inevitable. Now, the most natural thing in the world to say is, if my future is determined, then it's inevitable. What on earth does that mean? Compare. If my future is determined, it's determined. That's true. That's just a tautology. So what does the word inevitable add? What does it mean more than determined?
Yeah,
Oh. If we want to get clear on this, we have to see what inevitable means. It means unavoidable. So then we have to get clear about what avoiding is. And then we can begin to see the biological dimension. Because what's happened on this planet over the last 4 billion years has been an explosion of avoiding dissolution, avoiding being eaten, avoiding starving to death. What evolution has done is designed organisms that do a little bit of avoiding. And there's been an arms race, and the avoiders have become cleverer and cleverer and cleverer. And how do you avoid something? You avoid something by anticipating it and then taking corrective measures.
Right.
Simplest case, incoming brick. You see it, you duck, you avoid it. You say, well, you see, I avoided that incoming brick. Well, was it ever really going to hit you? No, because the light bounced off the brick into your eyes. You saw it in time so that you ducked. So suppose you were determined to duck. Well, then the brick was never going to hit you, was it? It just seemed as if it was going to hit you. What we have to understand is that free will is our capacity to see probable futures that seem like they're going to happen, in time to take steps so that something else happens instead. Now, people say,
I really like the way he broke that down. To be honest, really, really like the way he broke that down. Because before, me as a person, I leaned a little bit more on the determinism side, uh, and I'll go into that a little bit. But let's finish what he got to say.
you can't change the past. That's true.
Yeah.
You can't change the future either. From what to what? I mean, the future is what happens next. But what you can do is change what you thought the future was going to be into something else. And this is the key to avoiding.
Here's my problem. I see at the physics level this absolute determinism of particle and particle from way back. Now, at the biological level, we're talking about avoidance. So, how does the avoidance help us to avoid the determinism? Because it is determined.
Well, it is determined, but just remember that that's not as important as people have thought, because it doesn't apply inevitability.
I hate to tell you the conclusion I seem to be coming to. I'm embarrassed to tell you, but I seem to feel if it's all physical, that free will, there's something wrong with that definition, or
Exactly.
I can't deal with a traditional definition of free will under either scenario, determinism or indeterminism, unless I add something extra and some non-physical stuff. Then I can get my free will.
I think that's right. I think we have to recognize that, sure, there are varieties of free will, the traditional varieties, which who cares whether we've got them? The varieties that matter, the varieties of free will worth wanting, as I've said, are perfectly compatible with determinism. Now, do we have to give up something? Yeah, we have to give up some of the ideology about freedom. We also have to give up something, and good riddance to it, about blame and responsibility.
That would scare some people.
I think so. They want to be absolutist about responsibility. I mean, the idea of just in the eyes of God, sin, that has to go. But what we replace it with is still a very rich and familiar concept. And that is, we're not deluded about our sense of our own capacity. We are determined to be the masters of our fate to a surprisingly gratifying degree.
So, honestly, I really like that one. I really, really did like that one. This guy, never heard of him before. Daniel Dennett, really smart guy. Seemed like he's really smart. So about what he was talking about when it comes to free will. Listen. What I believe is we are actually, I don't believe I do believe everything has been determined. You know what I'm saying? Everything has been determined. Man, this is crazy because you go back and forth between free will and determinism, right? It's kind of a mix of both, right? I believe that once we set our intentions as humans, as these sentient beings, we do have the ability to determine our environment, our future. So I believe in determinism in that route, that we are these events that happen day to day are all being constructed by the manifestation of each person, right? So let's go into one example. So not an example, but just something to think about. So somebody that wants to, I don't know, let's say get into a certain industry or whatever. They want to like work in that industry or something like that, right? And they end up meeting somebody that was able to help them get into the industry, right? It sounds crazy, but that person that they met lived their whole life up until that point to help that person out. Of course, the second person, the person that's helping person number one, he has a whole life. He has family, kids, wife, whatever, he does whatever. But he lived his life in such a way so that all the events that happened up until he met person number one who needed to get into the industry, he helped this guy determine his future, right? I truly believe that in some way, shape, or form, once we set that intention that, like, look, I want to be able to go out in the world and do this, and you go into the world and you try to complete your task, complete your mission, you're gonna meet the right people, you're gonna find the right things, you're gonna have the right ideas in order to complete this thing. And now everything and everybody that has been through all these experiences up until that point that you have the idea, or you meet that person, or something just clicks and you get it done, you get through, you make it, you pass, you achieve. That was like all like design, or that like designed for you. You know, it's weird, but you have to really deeply think about it. And Attack on Titan did, if you guys watch Attack on Titan at all, Attack on Titan did a very, very good way of describing this manifestation, and it is a hard thing to wrap your head around for a lot of people. But if you ever have a chance, watch that show, Attack on Titan, and hopefully you make it far enough into the series that you actually get to that part, because it's in the last season of that show, right, where you figure everything out. And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody because that was an amazing scene, but you do get to like wrap your head around it a little bit. I honestly might watch it after. I might go and watch it after this, right? So, what I really wanted to talk about though today was, if we're living in this world, right? In this time, most likely, if you're watching this, you're in America, you might be in another country, whatever the case may be. But let's say you're here in America. We are living in the most abundant time in human history in this country. Like, we have so many things at our disposal to just create, to build, to do whatever. To do whatever it is, whatever we want. And a lot of these things, you don't need a a a license or certification or things like that. Obviously, once you get to a certain point, you're going to need all that stuff. But to get started, you don't really need anything. All you really need is some internet connection and a willing mind to study whatever you got to study, right? And go out into this world and apply whatever you're going to go apply. You can learn anything. And people today are struggling with completing what they want out of life, benefiting, getting the benefits out of their own life, right? People are struggling with that. And I find it crazy, I struggle with it too, man. I'm telling you, I'm really struggling with it just as much as anybody else, right? But let's just use exercise and fitness, for example, because there's a disparaging amount of people who do not participate in exercise and physical fitness and are most likely going to have some kind of tragic death because of lack of physical standards and just lack of just physical exercise. And that is crazy, right? We have access to gyms, we have access to all these things, you know. Gym memberships are like $9 a month at Planet Fitness, $20 a month somewhere else. People spend way more than that on just food alone and just bullshit, frivolous things, right? You have that free will to go and fix that problem, but somewhere in your mind, you believe that you can't complete that, like it's not possible, or you just can't do it because of X, Y, and Z. People make up 1,000 million excuses as to why they can't get in the gym and why they can't get shit done. And it's really insane to me, right? It's really insane to me that we're living in a time where we have everything at our fingertips, but people just seems to just let their life just whisk by them without doing anything about it. Like, I could only imagine the people that came before us, if they had this much abundance, if they had this much uh tools and things to like build and create and design and whatnot. Like, if they had all this stuff, what would they have done with it? Because people were doing things back then with nothing, with very little thing, with little education too. You know, people were very determined to live out their life and very determined to build a house, or like travel, or build a boat, and like go off and do all these things. And we're living in a world where we could do things like that like tomorrow if we wanted to, right? If you had the right things put together, you can go and do it tomorrow. But not being able to do that and staying stuck in our minds is something that a lot of people have adopted, and we've adopted it in very insane amounts. It almost seems like everybody's struggling with some form of like complacency, some form of, oh, I'll do it later, whatever. I believe that is almost by design. Almost by design, man. Our society and the way things are built. Why would anyone want you to get out of your comfort zone and compete in these realms and actually get a leg up in this world? You know, the industrial age and giant tech companies and Amazon, Google, all this corporate world that was created, it thrives off of people being able to give their entire life for us. Welcome to the chat. Go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know who you are. Let me know who's watching. I don't see you guys. I see you in here. I see you watching me, but I don't know who you are. So drop a comment. Let me know who you are. Anyways, so people, I lost my train of thought. God damn it. I was actually going on to something very important I was trying to say. What's going on, Young? Let's check it out. These days, there's no need to be driven or try as hard. We got to sell ourselves on our own dream to build the body and life we want. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You really have to believe in your own hype. You have to really believe in your own abilities and your own self in order to even muster up enough effort to like really put that into your life, right? And I was talking to a client today, and I was like, we were talking, and like she was explaining that she's like going through things, and like she, had to go see a therapist and things like that. And I was actually sitting down and talking to her. She's a really nice girl, and pretty much saying a lot of people are smart. Now, there are a lot of smart people out here, and there's even more people that proclaim to be smart, right? There's a lot more people that proclaim to be smart, but if they're so smart, why can't they solve their happiness problem? Why can't they be happy all the time if they're so smart? I think that I'm a very smart person. I've done a lot of like intelligent things, made a lot of intelligent decisions, etc. And even myself, I do get into those bouts of just like my mind is like foggy. I don't know, like, it's like I'm reaching for things and I'm trying to put things together, and things aren't coming together. So like I get like I'm not in a good mood, or like I'm down. And it's like, if I'm so smart, why can't I solve that problem? and just be happy regardless of the situation, regardless of what I'm going through, and just be a happy, positive person. If you are truly smart, you should be able to be happy and solve that happiness, because isn't that what we all truly want, right? People can people can program, write code, people can freaking, drive fast cars and do whatever, all these high level things, and you just see this disparaging amount of people just suffering from just their own mind. They're suffering inside of their own mind, and there's just chaos. And it's like, if you're so smart, how come your life doesn't benefit you? And I was basically saying to her that if you live your entire life and your lifespan here on earth didn't benefit you, or what you did here on earth, or whatever actions you didn't benefit you, then you truly are a slave. You truly are a slave, because just living on this earth, you are putting money in somebody else's pockets, right? You either paying rent, you either going to a job, you're either what else? You might have kids, you might have a baby, which is going to supply the economy with more workers in the future. Like your whole existence, you are giving, whether you like it or not, you're going to give to what's going on, guys. I see you guys hopping in the chat. Let me know who you guys are. I see y'all in here, but just drop something in the comment section. Let me know where you guys are. So, I keep losing my train of thought, man. I'm like, I guess, so deep into what I'm thinking about. But yeah, I appreciate that comment, Young Villain. We definitely have to truly believe in who we are and what we are in order to accomplish our goals, right? In order to get to where we want to go. Before, it was more like you had to put your belief in the group, right? When there was like religion, when there was like just before that, before this world that we live in today, you put your faith in the group, and you believe that the group was going to determine your survival, and that's the way it was. But now it's like, in order to actually accomplish something, in order to actually do something, it is solely all on you. You're like an atom. You're like an atom in this complex system. It's all up to you to get this done. And that's why I wanted to speak about free will today, because there's so much people that just can't seem to get out of their own heads and get to where they want to go, especially when there's nothing seriously blocking you. There's people in less situations that have done more. There's nothing blocking you. So what's happening? I believe that is by design in this society, so that people, that's what I was talking about. The way things were built up, we have to give our lifespan in order to determine our future. We have to go to work. We have to work for the company. We have to go and we have to grind. We have to give our life. We have to give our time. And then we get money in exchange, and we're able to do things with that money. But if we live this life, let's say, the better half of our youth, when we are most physically inclined, when we have the most possibilities, if you've lived that whole entire time and it didn't benefit you in some way, shape, or form, then you truly are just a slave, because your existence alone is going to put some value into somebody else's pocket. Your existence alone, you're going to eat food, right? So you might buy food, so you're going to need money. You're going to have to work a job. There's some way, shape, or form you are going to benefit somebody else's life, somebody that created that system, whether it be a job, whether it be the government, whether it be state, religion, something, you're going to benefit. They're going to benefit from you just being alive. The fact that you're alive. And the years that you put on this earth, if you just let those go by and it doesn't benefit you, then you are truly a slave. In the truest sense of the word, like what does it mean to have free will? Do you have the free will to go out and achieve your goals? I'd say a lot of people here in America do. A lot of people have those resources at their disposal. Look, I'm talking to you over the internet through a microphone. I set all this stuff up. I bought all this stuff. I set it up and I created it, right? I'm trying to build something. There's a lot of people that want to do stuff like this, but don't do it. Never start. Never know where things could have gone. Do they truly have the free will then to actually affect their world? If so many people aren't doing it, so many people are in their mind. I get there too. Yeah, I get in my mind too. Sorry. I get in my head too, right? Things get tough and you don't feel like trying. You don't feel like putting in the effort. You don't feel like it. And then you let time pass. You let so much time pass. People get lazy. They gain so much weight. They can't move anymore. It's terrible. You didn't work on any skills. So now you're not valuable to somebody else. So when you're really not valuable to somebody else, then you really can't get things done because you need to be able to be valuable, in order to get new opportunities and be in different places and meet new people. You have to impose some kind of value into your environment, right? Something. You got to be good at least a little something. So why aren't we living in a world where people are just building and creating and doing everything that they wanted? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the world we're living in now, we are fed all these things on social media. We're fed all these things in the news. The way things are set up. It's meant to just, tap into our animal. God damn it. Sorry. It's meant to tap into our animal brain and like extract or extrapolate us away from our higher conscious mind. Because if that higher conscious mind was making a rational decision, I'm gonna sound so nasally on this replay. If that higher conscious mind was making a rational decision, then it would make the decision to make itself better. It should make a decision to make itself better. You should be making the decision to make yourself better. You should be. But many of us, thousands of us, won't do it. Got you. When you lack motivation or willpower, what do you do to get back on track and will yourself to hit the gym or do the work? So, when I lose motivation or willpower, so we have to really understand, like, where is this coming from? Where is this motivation? Where is this willpower coming from? Like, I get it. I've been in that situation where you feel as though you've lost something. There's something that's just missing, and you don't feel good, or you don't feel like you can do this stuff again, and so you don't do it, and I think that's what's wrong, right? It's more about things nowadays are more about what and how you are feeling about the world around you. What you're feeling and how you're feeling about the world around you. And if everything is left up to emotion, if everything's left up to how you're feeling about it, then, I don't think a lot of things would ever get done. I don't think buildings would have been built. I don't think planes would have came about. We wouldn't have the internet for sure. Wouldn't be talking to you through this technology, this microphone, this camera, this phone, the lights and things like that. Somebody somebody obviously had the idea and the enthusiasm, right? And I'm going to get back to the willpower in a second. Somebody had the enthusiasm and the idea to create whatever this is. But there was also somebody that didn't stop, that saw what needed to be done and did it anyways. They did it anyways. And they did it so much that they eventually liked doing it so much that they couldn't see themselves not doing it. You know? And that's your answer. That's my answer for you, Young. Uh you do something so much because you have to do it. You do it so much, you do it so often, it's so embedded into your own sub core that you can no longer see a future without you doing that. Like there is no timeline left of me not exercising. I've somehow fixed the multiverse and I've erased all all of the multi-dimensional universes where I didn't exercise. You know what I'm saying? Like I rewrote the matrix, if you will, my matrix, if you will. And there's no other timeline of me not exercising. It's like it has to happen. It must happen. It will happen, and I will go do it. There are days where I don't want to do it. There's days where where I'm in that gym and I'm like, man, I want to go home, or I want to go do this, I want to go do that, or something conflicts with my gym schedule, and I'm like, damn. But I just can't miss it, bro. I can't miss. I can't, bro. Like it's like it's like drinking water, bro. Like like it's like, do I want to hydrate today? Like I probably should, and I'm gonna do it. Of course, bro. Anytime, bro. I think thanks for just hopping in, bro. Appreciate it, dude. So just keep doing it, like there's just something in your brain that clicks. I promise you, man. There's something in your brain that clicks. There was one day, and I remember it too. There was one day I was in my bed. I just did a really, really crazy hard workout, and I was so sore. I was just so tired in my bed. I wanted to just rest, sleep, recover. And in that moment, I thought to myself, and I was like, this is the greatest feeling in the world, to just know that I worked. My body is getting better. My physique is getting better. My muscles are growing. Like I can move weight now. Things aren't like super heavy, and I don't feel like lethargic, and like my body's just working good now. And I said, why quit? Why stop? Why? Why stop? Just never stop. Never quit. Never. And that's why I've truly considered like just living my life out as like a monk in like a Shaolin monastery, a Shaolin temple. Like I've truly thought of my life like this. Like, what if I just trained for the rest of my life? What if I just trained for the rest of my life? And I just figured like yeah, like that's all I wanted to do. That's all I want. That's all I want to keep up with. And it's like there's places where I could go do that, right? There's monks that do that. They get up, they train, they go for the run, bro. Like I would love that. I would literally love that. And I know that I have to do that like at some point in time in my life. I have to go do it for like 6 months or a year or something, but obviously like the game pulls me back in, and like we're all playing the game, but the game of money, the game of career, the game of life, the game of family, things like that. And it's like I can't abandon all of these things that I've associated myself with to go and live that like lifestyle. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Like there's really, it's coming, bro. I'm telling you, it's coming. It is really coming. And when I do it, I'm gonna document the process and stuff, and it's gonna be so freaking cool. I know it's gonna be so freaking cool, and I can't wait. And so once that day comes, you guys will definitely know where I'm at, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, bro. I went to go live as a monk for like 6 months, a year, and I just wanted to just live like a monk and train every day and fix my body and work out and meditate and just let go of the way this world is, and I mean, to a certain degree, like that's where I derive that free will from, that free will kind of deterministic thing, where I think about it so heavily, I think about it so hard, that I know that this is going to happen. I know that this is a possibility. It's such a strong possibility that this is going to happen. If I had a trigger, if I had a button to press right now and I could do that right now, I'd press it. Boom. No questions asked. But what's holding me back? That's where you got to think. There's so many things that we want to do that if we had a button right now, we would press it. We would press that button, right? If we wanted to go do it, we'd press that button. But there's something holding us back. Somebody's opinion, maybe our parents, maybe your wife, maybe you got to do this, maybe your responsibilities. Oh, I have to make money. Oh, I need to do this. I need to work on my career. I need to focus on my career. I need to become this. I need to become that. I need to do this. I need to do that. And then your life goes by and you never get that thing done. That thing that you wanted, man. Appreciate you, man. You're a beast, man. You really are gifted in speaking and transmitting motivation through your words. Already got the cosigns from the RP goats. Glad to be a part of the beginning of the journey. Yeah, bro. I really appreciate you, man. Like, thank you. Like, that really means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me, and I try my best to reveal my thoughts and what I think about. And these are the things that I think about on a daily basis. Like, I come up with these topics while I'm thinking throughout the day, and I have like these really profound thoughts. I have really profound dreams. And like lately, I've just been thinking about how much abundance we have in this society, and how much people will just let their life go by and never tap into that abundant state of just being able to create something, build something, design something, move something, become something, become better at something, learn a new language, lose some weight, gain some muscle, get better at business, working on the sales, like even me, like I'm telling you, like I struggle with this too, man. And I'm really hard on myself about it too. Like I'll try to read a book, and like I'll let 3-4 days go by, and now I'm not reading the book. But if I make it everything, if I dial it back and I make everything similar to how I was with the gym, I did it so much that I eliminated all of the possible realities of me not doing it. So there's no longer any reality of myself not performing this action. For example, being in the gym. But this could be anything. This could be writing. This could be building your business. This could be, whatever skill you want to learn, language, whatever, anything that you want to apply yourself to, there's going to be a point where you've done it enough times, you've cycled through it so many times that you've then eliminated every possibility, every possible outcome, every possible multi-dimensional universe out there of you not completing this task. And at that point, bro, you've achieved something that very few people will ever come close to. And at that point, you're in like some other category, some other class. Like, this is what happens to like these athletes, you know, these engineers, these scientists, these inventors, these creators. There's people creating reality in front of you in your real time. There's people that with these big ideas, these big brains, and they're not necessarily smarter than you. They just see the reality of them doing it, and they go and they do it, and they do it enough times to where there's no other reality of them ever existing with them not doing it. It's powerful, dog. But anyways, I appreciate you, Young Villain, for coming in and just, you know, dropping the comments in. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna wrap up this episode of Gym Check-In, bro. Stay in the gym, dog. I mean, you know, DM me on Instagram. Let me know what you're working out, dog. I want to know how you doing when it comes to physical fitness. Got another comment. How you get over being held back by yourself and get over the fear of putting yourself online? I feel like a lot of us want to do content or art, but they care about people's opinions. Honestly, bro, I'm just like everybody else, dude. Like, I have fears, man. I don't want to be like, I don't really like being, you know, shunned, or like, you know, like, for example, like you're the only person in this room chatting with me, right? You're the only person. And you know, I have visions of me talking to multiple people dropping comments. I'm answering questions. I'm talking about my perspective on things. We're reacting to videos, building that community, right? I do have like dreams and aspirations and visions of that, and I want to create that, and I want to build that. And I believe that this is where I start with you. You know, you're like you're turning 0 into 1, and from 0 to 1, we're gonna go to 100, and then we're gonna go to 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. You know, I have to, like what I said, I have to do this so many times, get better at it, you know, build an intro, build an outro, have music, have small clips and bits that I put up, make it more interesting and draw in more attention. But in order for me to get to that level, I have to keep on doing this. I have to keep on doing this. I have to keep on making it. I have to prioritize this. Nowadays, when something conflicts with my stream schedule, I'm more inclined to not do it. It's like, look, I'm streaming. When somebody wants me to, you know, do something between the hour, I'm in Pacific Standard Time, between the hours of 6 and 7 on a Tuesday or Thursday, I'd be like, damn, man, I got to stream. I got to stream, you know. And like, it might suck, you know, they might get upset about it. And to them, they're like, why are you streaming? Like, you know, I only have like 50 subscribers on YouTube, but like, I prioritized it, man. And I really thank one of my friends for helping me do that. You know, he's a big time DJ, and he definitely motivated me to like be able to hop online and create content and do this right now, you know. And it happened when I made the streaming schedule, because I always told myself I want to be a streamer. I want to stream on YouTube. And I actually wrote this down last year in my journal, right? I dated and everything. I told myself, like, yo, I want to stream. I want to make money from it. I want to be able to talk about my ideas and opinions. I want to build a community around, streaming and have a good time with people. And it wasn't until, I seen him. He streams as well, and his name DJ Galaxy on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, DJ Galaxy. So if you see him, send him a comment, shoot him a DM or whatever. Tell him that you learned about him through me. But yeah, once I seen him make his stream schedule, because he starts from scratch too, and once I made it, I was like, okay, this is my stream schedule. These are the hours that I'm going to be online, camera, lights on, mic on, and I have the topic ready. Sometimes I'll have guests. I have my brothers on. I have my friends on. I have my family on. Whoever I can get online to like do a small short interview, do reactions to. This is where it starts for me. Going from 0 to 1. Turning that 0 into 1 is really hard, yo, for a lot of people. There were streams where I sat in front of the camera for an hour, 45 minutes or an hour, and no one's in the room, and I'm talking to myself in the camera. But I talk as though I'm talking to 100 people. Like, let's just say 100 people. Like, I have 100 people's direct attention right now, and I talk as though I'm talking to 100 people. Appreciate that comment. I talk as if I'm talking to a lot of people, and even though there's nobody in the room, somebody might replay this. If my channel, not if my channel grows, my channel will grow in the future. Somebody might be curious and come back and replay this video. I might react to this video, in like a year or something like that. Who knows where things will grow and how things will become. But these videos have to be done. You don't go from 0 to 10,000. Like, you got to go to 1 first. You got to go from 0, nothing, to something. And then you take that something and you multiply it, bro. You take that something and you multiply it. I'm I'm gonna use that. And I actually got that 0 to 1 saying from the anime Blue Lock. If you guys ever watch anime, it's a anime about soccer, and it's really motivating. But you want to be able to turn nothing into something and then multiply that. That's what you want to be able to do. Turn nothing into something and multiply it. So I appreciate you, Young Villain. Thank you for coming, man. I'm going to end the stream there. I think I had a really interesting talk about, what we're capable of doing in this world, what we're capable of doing in this lifetime. Thank you for everybody who joined. I know there was a few people who joined the stream. If you're here, go ahead and drop a comment. Tell me that you're here. I don't really see who is in the I can't really see who is in the stream unless they comment, because I'm watching this through StreamYard. But let me see if I can bring up my channel and see if I can see who's watching. See, this is not good. See it? Show activity. See, I can't tell. You can't tell who's in here. So you just gotta say hi if you come in here, man. I guess as much as I can say. And like, this is me commenting on my own video. So if I say hello, I wonder if that will show up. Anyways, maybe not. Okay, well, that is it. Okay. All right, cool. So there is a delay. Oh, okay. So there is a delay when it comes to the the comments from YouTube going into StreamYard, right? There's a little short delay. So maybe no, StreamYard does it in real time, so I can't really do it from YouTube. So I might have to do it from StreamYard, unfortunately, but everything's good to go. Last comment from you. I being here the whole time resonate with everything you say, man. Keep the consistency, bro. You're destined for greatness. I appreciate you, man. And I really do appreciate you for being here, dude. And I appreciate your words, dog. I'm trying my best to just be the kind of person that I want to be. And before I go out, I do want to leave you off with one thing. One thing that I always used to tell myself is I'm not necessarily looking I forgot what it used to say, man. I was like years ago, man, years. But basically I said my only mission in life is to bring the ideas that I think about into reality. I want to be able to impose my consciousness onto my reality, and I want to affect my reality through my ideas and my mind, and me being determined to like never give up in any situation. That is one of my missions, and I really do stand by that. I've been in so many situations, and every time I've somehow always met the right person. Always. I've always met the right person. I don't get it, but there's something special about just being genuine with your intentions with the world, that like people and things and places, and it just opens up to you, and you get attracted to it, and it's there to support you in your cause of becoming who you are, becoming who you need to become. Anyways, that was episode 12 of Gym Check-In. I'm Yasuke Fitness, signing out. Don't forget to... Whoop, I didn't mean to put that up there. Don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment in the video if you enjoyed this content. Subscribe, tell your friends about it. I appreciate you guys for coming in. Thank you, Young Villain, once again for showing up. We turned in that 0 into 1, and we're gonna multiply that 1 once we get there, man. I believe that we're on the path. So let's keep on grinding, stay in the gym, stay healthy, stay fit. And I am signing out. Peace.